Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George, or we are all George. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I want to talk about Binance Coin, and why it's going to skyrocket. It has been skyrocketing, but this is nothing in my opinion. I think Binance Coin is going to go as high as $2,500. And in this stream, I'm going to explain why I think so. I'm going to give you a little history lesson. A lot of newcomers don't know anything about Binance Coin. I'll give you a little history lesson and then put it all together. And at the end, I think you'll agree with me that Binance Coin is going to go much, much higher and possibly 2,500 in the near future. So thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. I'm having two streams now. 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, where I cover mostly news, Bitcoin, and some altcoins like this morning. But at night, I'm dedicating my night streams to picking out a specific altcoin to talk about every single night. Yesterday, I talked about Cardano going up to $25, and a lot of you guys really learned a lot from it. I really love that video. I had videos about Ethereum going up to $10,000. And today, we'll cover another very, very important chain, coin, exchange, Binance Coin, and why it's going to go much higher. So make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Also, follow me on Twitter and Facebook and hit that notification bell. All right, let's get started. Let me change my screen. Those of you guys that's in the chat already, welcome as always. All right. So, looking at overall market cap right now, it's looking pretty darn good. $1.45 trillion, not billion, trillion dollars. And guess what? The Binance Coin sits at number 7, and within the last week, it has gone up a tremendous 120%. And the market cap is at $20 billion. So for those of you guys that think that Cardano and Polkadot is running away from the competition, trying to catch up and surpass Ethereum one day, well, guess what? Binance Coin and Binance Chain is right there. They are not out of the running just yet. That is why you do not want to sleep on BNB. Okay, but why is this happening? Why is BNB pumping up to the moon? And why do I think it's going to go 20x from here? Well, let me start from the beginning, give you a little history lesson for those of you guys that are new, right? And then put it all together, because unlike Cardano, unlike Ethereum and Polkadot and others, Binance has created this entire ecosystem. It's really genius. CZ has really created something that gives people a real incentive to actually buy BNB, hold it, use it, and you know what? It's working. This grand plan of his is really coming together in a big, big way. All right, so first of all, who started Binance? And when did they start? They started in 2017. So Binance is not nearly as old as Coinbase or some of the other exchanges out there. They started in 2017. I remember when I started my channel, and that was sometime September timeframe 2017, I received an email from their marketing department asking me if I wanted to promote this brand new exchange called Binance that no one has heard of before. And fast forward like just 6 months later, they were blowing up. Okay, so basically Binance came out in 2017, relatively unknown, started by this person named Changpeng Zhao, who people just call him CZ because it's easier to say. Now, CZ is an interesting fellow. He didn't just come out of nowhere and start an exchange. According to this, he co-founded another exchange called OKCoin. It was also a Chinese exchange, and he raised $15 million in 2017 to be able to start Binance. Interesting enough, part of that $15 million, you know who invested in Binance? Elrond. That's why a lot of people ask about Elrond, what I think of them. Well, you know what? Out of the 15 million, Elrond and their founders contributed. That's why they're actually part owners of Binance. Just a interesting tip. Now, CZ also has been a big, big Bitcoin bull even before this. In fact, he's one of those guys you hear about that liquidates everything to go all in on Bitcoin. That's what CZ did. So back in the day, he had a house and he sold it for $1 million and he put it all into Bitcoin. And that point in time, Bitcoin was only $600. So you do the math. You do the math, how much he bought for $1 million, and now you divide $48,000 by 600. You times it by how much he owns. He's like a billionaire, okay, basically. Even without all the Binance profits and stuff like that, that's a lot of Bitcoins. So he's been a Bitcoin bull all along. Got into the business. This whole article shows like his upbringing and stuff like that. He had to overcome a lot of challenges. Definitely a very smart guy, and he has succeeded. He turned Binance into a powerhouse. When Coinbase was dominating, when Bittrex was dominating, those of you guys that were around in 2017, Bittrex was the major exchange in the US that everyone wanted to be listed on. If you got listed on Bittrex, you had the Bittrex effect. And then Bittrex shot themselves in the foot. They closed registrations because there was too much influx. And guess who took that position and mantle from them? And Binance. And they never let it go. And since then, Binance has created basically a dozen exchanges out there around the world. But the biggest one has to be Binance.com, which unfortunately is no longer accessible to US residents. And they knew that because, regulations and security tokens and stuff, they didn't want to deal with that. So they did come up with the equivalent Binance.us. So for those of you guys that are new, looking to buy crypto, Binance.us is a pretty good exchange to look at. Although Binance.us does not have every single coin or token listed like Binance.com. And Binance also has their own DEX, which not a lot of people realize. But yes, they do have a DEX. And guess what? What is the preferred token on all of these exchanges and every single one? Of course, it's BNB, which is their own native token. So use number one is every single exchange that they have come out with supports and encourages you to use BNB. In fact, if you have BNB and you utilize it and you hold it, there's many benefits. For example, you get discounted trading fees. Also for affiliate, you also get more if you hold BNB. And there's other things that you can do with BNB. For example, you could buy lottery tickets for their IEO offerings and many other things. So CZ has this all planned out. I mean, realistically, he has really thought this through in terms of creating use cases for BNB, which is why people are starting to really use it. Now, that's only reason number one. Well, what about other things that's causing BNB to go up? Well, number two, I should say, is their own chain. They have the Binance chain, the Binance Smart Chain, and it is its own blockchain. It's a proof of stake setup. It is centralized though, because there's 21 nodes, and it's basically all the nodes are controlled by Binance and its own affiliates. So it is a very centralized chain. However, with that said, it's a very fast chain that can process thousands of transactions per second. It is also compatible with Ethereum's virtual machine, which means that dApp makers can come on and basically do very little programming to get their dApp to work, which is very useful right now because we know Ethereum is really congested with high gas fees, and everyone is trying to move away, right? And users are also getting fed up with fees, so they're looking at alternatives, especially in the DeFi space. And that is the role Binance Chain is filling right now. It is exploding with DeFi right now. I mean, every single project is blowing up, and some of the ones I've told you guys about recently, they all reside on Binance Chain. So it's pretty clear why it's blowing up, because Ethereum is so congested right now. People are just looking for alternatives. And according to this article that was just released today, okay, this is staggering. A total of 4.325 billion is now locked in on the Binance Smart Chain. So roughly 22.22 million BNB is locked in various dApps. Just to give you, to put that in this perspective, 22 million. How many tokens are there for Binance? Well, there's only 154 million out there. So out of the 154, think about it, 22 million, that's over 10%. That's roughly 15% of the entire supply is locked into dApps right now. And that's just dApps, right? And there's a whole lot more that's locked in on various things on the Binance chain. 4.3 billion, that's roughly 25% total of their overall market cap. So as you can see, there's a supply issue now, right? There's a whole bunch of BNB that's locked up, and that is why people that want to buy is driving the price up. So this is the biggest reason I believe that Binance BNB coin is going up, because DeFi is exploding. It's exploding, and there's so much tokens being locked in and so many tokens being bought so that people can participate with DeFi products. Now, look at this. This is the top Binance Smart Chain dApps, and some of them I have been mentioning to you guys. For example, PancakeSwap, which has been going up to the moon recently. Pretty soon, it's going to be at $1 billion. And there's a few others in here. I mentioned about Venus, which is like a MakerDAO equivalent that's also built on the Binance chain. And that has been going up to the moon too. So as you can see, a lot of people are looking for alternatives. Also, another one that I just covered on Patreon recently is Bakery Swap, which is very, very similar to PancakeSwap. It's an AMM and also yield farming, but also they're in NFTs. So as you can see, these are starting to blow up, and they're basically copies. You can think of it, they're copies of what exists on Ethereum, but it doesn't matter because people are fed up with the high gas prices on Uniswap and Aave and Compound and MakerDAO. So they're looking for alternatives, and the alternatives are coming up on Binance Chain. So I think this is the biggest reason why it has been going up. And take a look at this. This was released yesterday. This is enormous. Binance Smart Chain has more daily transaction now than Ethereum. That's hard to believe. That's really hard to believe. But you know what? If you think about it, it makes sense. Ethereum is congested. Ethereum can only handle 15 transactions per second. Think about it. Think about how many people are trying to trade, how many people are utilizing some kind of dApp that is running on top of Ethereum, and only 15 transactions in total can be processed per second. That is very, 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 very tiny. Where, on Binance Chain, you can have thousands processed per second. So there's a big difference. So I could see how Binance Chain actually flipped Ethereum in daily transactions. That's a pretty big thing, right? It's a telling sign that, yeah, people are moving over. dApps are moving over. Pretty big accomplishment. Now, besides the exchanges, besides Binance Chain, Binance, like I said at the beginning, has this entire ecosystem, like basically everything you can think of. For example, futures, right? We always think about CME futures and futures on OKX, or any other exchange. But you know what? Binance futures are huge too. People don't talk about it, but they have their own futures up to 125x leverage, an open account in under 30 seconds. I don't know if that's actually a good thing because basically it seems like anyone could go in and wreck themselves really, really quickly in under 30 seconds, but still, you can do it, and the volume is enormous. And this is one of the reasons why, right? Another system, another part of theirs. Also, you know what? I didn't know this until I've been looking at, because I've been looking at F2 pools and just mining pools in general. And then I didn't realize this, but Binance also has a mining pool, and they are one of the biggest mining pools on earth too. They're like number 3. They flip-flop between number 3 and 4 all the time. So they run a huge mining pool as well. So you could see everything that you could think of when it comes to crypto, Binance is involved with. And guess what? Staking too, right? Those of you guys that want to earn interest on your BNB or Bitcoin, right? Or any other products. Remember Cardano, I just covered Cardano yesterday. Cardano will have also staking on Binance pretty soon. So you could also stake on Binance. So they're giving you everything you think of, they pretty much have. Now, let's talk about price. Let's talk about BNB, because after all this, of course, you have a lot of usage, a lot of adoption, a lot of locked in value, right? Everyone is trying to buy it. Here's also the thing that people don't realize about BNB, and this is also part of the beauty, the genius of CZ. When he created Binance Coin, and this was the very first coin that was dedicated for an exchange. In 2017, every single project, every single ICO that came out had a coin, but no exchanges at that time did. Coinbase did not, Bittrex did not, BitMEX did not, I can't even think, Kraken did not. All these exchanges, none of them, KuCoin, none of them had a coin. So he's like, why not? You know, I'm gonna build out this whole thing. But not only that, he created it so that there is a set supply. And not only that, he set it so that that supply is going to get burned. So the more usage there is, the more BNB gets burned. And this number, this total supply and max supply, has been decreasing. And the overall, he has said that he wants the total supply to decrease by half. So he started with 200 million. Now it's down to 170 million. And in the future, that 170 million will drop to 100 million. And this is with usage. The more people that use all these services that I just showed you, the exchanges, the futures, right? The staking, the pool, everything, all the profits they make, they utilize that to calculate it and they burn. And guess what? They've been burning a ton. And recently they came out and said, you know what? Our burning is too slow. At our current rate, it would take us 20 years to burn that 100 million tokens. So guess what? We're just going to increase the burning. We're going to increase it to a rate where about 6 years it will be complete. So now the burning, the quarterly burning that happens is going up exponentially. So this last quarter, they burned $165 million worth of BNB tokens. So as you can see, BNB not only has a set supply, it is deflationary in a big way. Every single quarter, there's a large amount of BNB getting taken out of the entire supply. So, I mean, just think about that, right? You guys think about it. Bitcoin is deflationary, but there's nothing that's taking Bitcoin out of the system. There's no burning of Bitcoin other than people losing it. But with BNB, there's actually a burn rate that will actually decrease substantially as time goes forward. And think about it. Think about as projects with DeFi and altcoins and everything going up and usage going up and Binance just dominating the world, dominating the crypto world, and how many people are coming in and demanding the use of BNB, more and more of it gets burned. That is why it is going up. It is going up. Now, looking at the last 6 months, so this is putting it all together. Looking at, not 6 months, last year. Now, looking at last year, you look at Bitcoin has been up about 375%. Now, a lot of other chains have gone up quite a lot more than Bitcoin. For example, Ethereum has basically doubled of Bitcoin over last year. Cardano, which I just covered yesterday, up a staggering 1,300%, almost 5 times the amount that Bitcoin has gone up. Now look at BNB. BNB is not bad, but it's not up there yet. So it's playing catch up right now. DOT is up. Polkadot is up, nearly double. But BNB did surpass Bitcoin for the last year, but barely, 390%. So it has been just keeping up, barely exceeding, but not really exploding up like some of these other guys yet, which is why I think that turn could be coming to Binance Coin. Looking at DeFi Pulse, look at how fast DeFi has been going up. DeFi went up from basically $1 billion, under $1 billion. All right, if you go back to 2020, February 10th, DeFi was at 1 billion locked in. And today, 1 year later, it is at 40 billion. So DeFi alone has gone up 40x in terms of the total locked in value. That's just locked in value. That doesn't count into the market cap and everything else, right? But we know this decentralized finance is going up. Way, way, way up. Way, way, way up, right? And this is the biggest draw to Binance Chain right now. We know within a year, Ethereum 2.0 is probably not going to be done. We don't know if Cardano will be done in a year, but we do know that Binance Chain is already up and dApps are moving towards it, and so are users, right? So putting it all together, and plus the fact that they haven't had the same kind of run up as some of the other chains out there, I think their time could be now. Could definitely be now. So looking at DeFi, how it went up 40x, and looking at how all these other projects have gone up 2-3x more than Binance, you know what? Putting it all together, right now, Binance is at $125, roughly 20 billion in market cap. So can they go up 20x from here to by the end of the year? I think so, because I think Bitcoin alone will go up 10x. I think it will go more than Bitcoin going it forward based on everything I said, right? So if you do a 20x multiplier, 20x times 125 and 20x times the market cap, that would give Binance Coin a 400 billion market cap. 400 billion, and also put Binance Coin at 2,500, which I do not think is unreasonable. By the end of the year, assuming that Bitcoin goes up 10x, you know, that's looking at a 9 trillion market cap, right? So for Binance Coin to be at 400 billion, that's perfectly reasonable. And by the end of the year, with Ethereum being at 10,000, you know, it will be over 2 trillion market cap, right? And Cardano, everything else moving up in the same manner. I definitely think Binance Coin has a realistic shot of doing 20x from here and reaching that by the end of the year, which is why I came up with the 2,500, right? And I think, you know, it makes a whole lot of sense, right? So I'm very, very bullish on Binance Coin. I've been bullish with them for quite a long time. It's just that they've been so stagnant, so stale for so long, right? And no one really paid attention to them, but they're like the tortoise. They just slowly crept up, slowly. I swear the last time I was looking at Binance Coin, I thought they were in the 40s. And now I started paying attention to them for the last month or so, and really started paying attention to them within the last few weeks and all the projects on. I can't believe it's at 125 already. I'm like, I swear it was just in the 40s and in the 30s. I remember when I rode Binance Coin up from like $4 all the way up to $30. And then it kind of just stayed 30s for a long, long time. And now it just jumped up and no one's really noticing. But man, you know, with Binance's ecosystem, with everything they're doing, with DeFi jumping in on their smart chain, with their accelerated token burning, man, they're on top of the world. And one thing I've been telling you guys, a lot of you guys have been looking at, you know, smaller projects, the ones that you think is going to pump, you've been asking me about. And I'm like, man, if it's not on Binance, it's not going to pump. That pump effect is real. If you want something to pump, it has to be listed on Binance. That's the honest truth right now. In the future, it'll probably change. But right now, you want that pumpability, it needs to be on Binance. That's how big they are. Just think about that. All right. So that's Binance Chain in a nutshell. Binance Chain, Binance Coin. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. So now I'll turn to you guys for some fun Q&A. Jack Black. There's a lot of places to buy BNB. Binance's US site. If you're in the US, you can go on Binance.us, right? This morning, I covered 3 of my favorite projects, and they have all held this morning, right? You have BAT, you have VeChain, and Nulls, and all 3 of them has gone up in a big way, and all of them has held so far. So let's hope that they can continue forward. A lot of alts right now are pumping up to the moon. They're really doing well. Literally anything that's worth holding on to is going up right now. It's a frenzy. So definitely exciting. Very, very, very exciting. And BTC is close to $50,000. I tweeted out, I mean, it keeps going up and down between 48.8, 48.9, you know, right around 49 to like 47. So BTC is right there too, right at the cusp of hitting $50,000. I mean, everything is on a freaking roll right now. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. 3 years of crypto winter, and finally, now we're getting, uh, we're getting, we're getting rewarded. William asks, so is Binance going better for long term or flip? Well, what do you think? Everything I said, do you think it's better to flip or long term? Mark asks, what Porsche would you buy at the end of 21? I would buy no Porsche at all. I think there's better options. If you go show off, don't buy a Porsche. Buy a Lambo or Ferrari. And if you want quick usability, then you buy a Tesla. So I don't like Porsches at all. Voyager is down. That's unfortunate because Voyager, just the VGX just started pumping tonight. Not pumping, but it started going up. So I don't know why it just went down. Can you look at Mars? It's Poolin's governance token for their new hash rate protocol. Well, Pooling is second biggest. Which one is it? Mars Coin or Mars? Or Mars Network? Can't tell which one it is. I don't know what that is. That just looks weird. Decentralized humanity. Elon should hop on this project. Mars Coin. The page is missing. Well, that's not good. So I can't look at it because the page is down. Someone is DDSing it right now or something. Yeah, I can't even look at it. Can you explain BNB staking? Well, that's pretty easy. You just simply stake and that's it. Over here. If you have it in your account, and then you just click stake, and that's it. Some of these are flexible, so you can select certain times, but some of them are just locked staking, so they also have locked staking too. So look at these APYs, pretty good, right? You can select the duration and total locked in, minimum locked in, pretty good stuff, pretty good stuff. What do you think about Polymath launching their mainnet? Isn't that just Matic? Or is that Polygon? No, I think that's Polygon. Is Polymath the SCO one? Yeah, I think they were in the business of selling security tokens. Yeah. I don't like Polymath at all. First of all, a couple reasons why. There's a personal reason I'll share with you because Polymath was invested by this one company that wanted to buy one of my old companies before when it was hot in 2017, and they screwed me. So first of all, I don't like that. And second of all, Polymath is a security token. They try to help companies sell security tokens, and without the blessing of SEC, none of this is gonna work. So I don't think they're good at all. Unless they have the blessing and they actually work with SEC. But still, yeah, right now, no one is talking about security tokens. Since they approved ETF in Canada, do you think we'll expect the same to the US? We hope, or I hope, but I don't know. The US regulators, the SEC, they're getting a new head. So I don't know what the guy or gal, what their thoughts are on crypto. If they're pro or anti, can't really tell at this point. Daryl asked, if you had $10,000, what do you buy? There's a lot I would buy. There's too much to say, but I would say 50% in Bitcoin and 50% in altcoins right now. So that's the easiest breakdown. I would say 50-50 is good right now. You still want that stability of Bitcoin, right? 50% of that will give you that stability and growth. Let's not forget, and growth. Within the last 7 days, Bitcoin has gone up 30%. But altcoins, I think right now is here to stay. Very exciting. A lot of projects I've been talking about. So, yeah, you just have to choose your poison, I guess. What's another one? Jordan asks, what's your favorite CDFI hidden gem? Something you can only find on PancakeSwap kind of thing. I don't look for those kind of things. They're too small. People ask me about like very tiny ones all the time. I don't look at them. There's one or two that I found recently, but they're not like 1 million or 2 million in market cap. At least it's, tens of millions. But I don't have a hidden one right now. But if you do want to hear about others, then join Patreon, because I did review a lot more projects in there. But I've been sharing with you guys as well over time. Nacho asks, can you check out Crow Finance? Is on Binance Smart Chain, looks promising. Also good token economics. Crow Finance. I do not see it. I can't find it. I don't know what is a symbol. Man asks, apologies if you covered it, but can you share your thoughts on SafePal, or if not, Bakery? I don't know. People have been talking about SafePal, but I don't see the big deal. I mean, it's like a hardware wallet. It is something that's on Binance. I believe they invested in it, or they bought out the company, but it's a hardware wallet. I mean, there's nothing sexy about it. Nothing really enticing me. So I don't know. Hopefully TXL token. Tixel? See, Tixel's not on Binance, so it's probably not going to pump. Interoperable smart contracts and dApps, all tokens on a single high-performance network for a new era. I don't see how all tokens on a single network, but let's take a look. Interoperable layer 1 Autobahn network with instant minimal fee transactions. Okay. BTC and ERC support. Okay. Integrated as peg tokens. So, okay, they're doing some kind of wrapped kind of thing. Smart contracts. Okay. Yeah. Well, I could tell you they're promising a whole lot. Whether or not any of this is doable is another story. So they're throwing everything at you, saying that they could do everything. They're a DEX, they're a liquidity provider, they could do smart contracts, they could do interoperability, they have SDK and wallet, their network, and all this stuff, but I don't know. Sounds like big promises right now. So we'll have to wait and see once they're done. Crow Finance is on CoinGecko. Well, unfortunately, I don't use CoinGecko. So, but I will, since you did Super Chat twice, let's find it like this. Crow Financial Services? Is this right? Why is this so difficult? It's probably not this. Is it just crow.finance? Jesus, man. Is it this? CryptoCrow.net? No. How could the project be this hard to find? All right. Where's the website? I'm sorry, man. If a project is this hard to find, then it's not worth getting involved with. I'm just gonna put it that. I'm just gonna put it out there. Tony, serious question. Could you take a shot at tequila or whiskey? We survived crypto, buddy, man. Not tonight. I'm just drinking water because I plan on exercising. But I appreciate that. Hopefully I will see you in Vegas. Hellcat, man. Don't make fun of it. You didn't. It seems like you just tuned in the stream. You missed it. You guys scroll forward and see. Man, the chat was a lot more lively yesterday. I guess there's a lot more Cardano fans than BNB fans, but I think people are sleeping on Binance Coin because of the reasons I said. Binance is just a powerhouse, and they have so much going for them. Safe Haven. Very, very, very small cap. I mean, there's not even any need to look at this. This is a pump and dump coin, so that's all there is to it. I covered Elron before, so stop spamming. Can you do a quick top 10? You gotta have to super chat more for that. That's gonna take a lot more effort. Could you explain why New York blocks everything such as Binance? Probably because the New York Financial District or Attorney General, I don't know, they're more strict. That's why all these exchanges have to get a certain certificate just for New York. I don't know why it is, because Wall Street's there or the Attorney General there or someone is too strict. I don't know. But that's a good question. Same deal with Texas. I heard Texas is really hard. Like Binance.us is also blocked in Texas. I don't know why it is. PancakeSwap is not on Binance.us. Unfortunately not. A lot of these are just on Binance. So I've been saying a really easy way to look at it is simply go, where is it? Click into it, look at market, and then you can see where it is. And Binance.us is not listed, unfortunately. So right now, like, there's a lot of coins on Binance. You know, it's just like, man, you have such advantage if you can access Binance, you know. All right, I think that's it. Finally, that's it. Where can I learn to read charts? Probably not here. I'm an amateur chartist at best, but I look at the simple stuff. TradingView is what I use. Most people use TradingViews. It's free, but if you want more indicators, you have to pay for it. But you know what? You look at the basic stuff. That's at least what I do. Look at volume, look at RSI, also MACD and stochastic. That's what I look at. Combine those three in different time intervals. You could get a pretty accurate picture of where things are going to go. But you know what? TA works until it doesn't. So it really depends on the buying and selling. If F2 pool dumps 3,000 Bitcoins an hour, it's going to cause it to go down, no matter what the TA says, right? Same thing. If Elon tweets and people are buying Bitcoin like crazy, it's going to shoot up. So it works like half the time. So, but I'm sure there's many guys out there that could teach you how to utilize TradingView. You could use it for anything, not just for crypto, for stocks, a lot of stuff. Ali says, Nano is up 66%. Well, good for Nano. There's a lot of things pumping. I don't know why Nano's pumping. It could just be pumping for no reason. IOTA start pumping. I thought for the same thing, but IOTA, you know, they're coming out with some kind of data verification network with Dell. But here's the thing, and a lot of people are excited about it, but here's the thing. IOTA is a work in progress for like 5 years. They were around even before 2017. They were around like 2015. And they still haven't got rid of their coordinator node, which is like a very, very centralized node. Their entire network runs through that coordinator node. So I don't know what the excitement is. IOTA has not progressed at all over the years. So that partnership, you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt, a big grain of salt. William, I don't know if you should do that. You're breaking their terms. You know, bad things could happen. So, yeah. Nacho, I appreciate it, man, but I'm not going to look at it anymore because if it's that difficult to find them, probably not a good project. Crusader says you can access Binance via proxy server again. I don't know if that's such a good idea. I don't know if that really is a good idea. Can you look at Phantom? I did look at them. They're getting their finance. Phantom is going up because of Phantom Finance, which is getting into DeFi stuff, synthetic creation, and stuff like that, right? So they've been moving up pretty good because of that. They always had a good loyal base, but now that they're in DeFi, they seem to catch up. Right now, anyone that's really in DeFi is really getting hot right now. Honestly, that's what it is. Will, I already talked about Cake. Cake is Pancake Swap. I think they're really good. A good alternative to Sushi Swap that's on the Binance chain. I mean, ultimately, that's what it is. I did look into Trust Swap. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that they hired influencers to be advisors. I don't really like the fact that the CEO created an uptrend with two ends and that didn't go anywhere. So I actually don't like Trust Swap. And I know what they're doing. They're just doing swaps between tokens and a lot of other projects in that space, but I actually don't like what I see with them. Outlive, appreciate that. If DeFi pumps will Ren, well, Ren has been pumping. Today, they did pump quite a bit, actually. I think 20% today. The graph went up tremendous, above $2 today. They're not even really in DeFi, but they're kind of essential, so they're kind of labeled as DeFi. But Ren also is up, 15% today. They're in creation of they're not in creation, but they help move liquidity to Ethereum's DeFi ecosystem. Let's just put it that way. So if you want to utilize your Bitcoin, you don't have to sell it. You could basically use Ren and get equivalency, and then you could utilize that in DeFi projects. So that's kind of how it is. It's kind of like a middleman, so to speak, right? And they've been doing pretty well, up to $1 billion. Recently, they've been climbing up quite a bit. So yeah. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. So overall, Binance chain, Binance coin, I think they're going to do very, very, very well in the future. Binance is an unstoppable company right now with a huge ecosystem, many, many exchanges, futures market, mining market, staking market. Not only that, they have their chain that has a lot of new DeFi products running on top of them. They can scale, very low fees, right? And, all this combined with their accelerated token burning, their deflationary mechanism basically for BNB over time, I think Binance coin is definitely one that's going to go up. 2,500 by the end of the year, I think it's realistic seeing where everything else is going by the end of the year. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for my video tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.